And you might be tempted to just say, well, Emily, why don't you like pick 2 projects or 1 project to work on instead of trying to do 4 different things at once? And I would say, first of all, you must be new to this channel. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Emily and welcome back to the start of a vlog where I finally get to draft new words I have been editing for a million years. It's been like a month and a half, but it feels like a long time. I just finished editing a novella called The Sea at the End of Everything. I will have to do another editing pass on that before it gets sent to beta readers. But right now, I need to get back to drafting in Dying Starlight, my ongoing web novel, and I just started, well, I can't say I started. I kinda started drafting my brand new series. It's called Project Frost right now because I don't have a title. Months ago, I did start the first chapter of this, and then I didn't like it, and I started it again, and then I also didn't like that one. So this is the 3rd, possibly the 4th time I've tried to start chapter 1 of this book. I think we're just gonna stick with it this time, and I will just continue writing and editing Emily in the future, as she always does. We'll have to go back and figure out drafting Emily's mistakes. That's how writing works, but it will be probably unfortunate for editing Emily. Project Frost, I've been mentioning it for a couple of months, is a romantic fantasy, probably a duology. I've got the first book entirely outlined, the second book kinda outlined. I don't even want to bother outlining it because I know that by the time I'm done drafting book 1, I will have changed everything about book 2. It's just the way my brain works. I know myself at this point, and I should just write the first book before planning out the second one too terribly much. I haven't started a brand new series in like 2 years, 2.5 years. I haven't just started a brand new anything in a really long time. No wonder it was giving me anxiety trying to figure out how to start it. I'm like, I don't know these characters. I don't know who are these people and what is their plot. I mean, I know the plot, but I don't really know it, if that makes sense. As far as the lit RPG goes, I mentioned in a couple of vlogs, I'm outlining a lit RPG as well. The notebook is filling up a little bit more. I don't even know where I am now. I've got like a book 1 outline, part of a book 2 outline, more world building stuff, and I have slowed down a little bit on this just because I'm at the point where I've written down everything I know and I just kind of need to let it sit in my brain for a while before I figure out anything else. So I'm slowly doing that. Also only have a few weeks left of backlog for In Dying Starlight, so I need to start In Dying Starlight 11, also known as the novella with the giant twist in it. Okay, I don't know. I will probably have other things to say. I'm feeling very scatterbrained at the moment. I gotta get back to doing social media, and maybe I can replicate that video that made my book sales go through the roof on Instagram. That would be cool. Hi, it is Monday, January 23rd. I am now officially writing 3 series at once. In Dying Starlight, obviously. I started Project Frost. I only wrote like 200 words on it. It's gonna be one of those long, slow, difficult to write stories. Have I finished the outline for the lit RPG? No. Have I figured out the system for the lit RPG? No. Did I draft the first 3,000 words of it over the weekend? Yes, I did. That story, in contrast, feels like it's going to be very easy to write. I'm just sort of putting in brackets where I know I need like magic system stuff to be, because I have a vague enough idea that I can write it, but nothing specific yet, and editing Emily can fix the specifics. So how will it go? Having 3 series in the drafting stage at once. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. This feels like a bad idea, but I'm just happy to be drafting something again because I feel like I've been editing for approximately 3 million years. Project Frost is gonna take a while because I can already tell it's one of those stories where you have to do a lot of foreshadowing and you have to do a lot of it really subtly, but still enough, and there's mysteries that need to be hinted at through the entire thing. It's gonna be a thing to draft. Some stories you just sit down and you write them really easily, and writing 1,000 words is like no problem. And then other stories like Under the Earth and Project Frost, it's like I wrote 100 words today and I'm proud of myself because that's all I could do. Sometimes books are just rough. And Project Frost is going to be rough, I can tell. I'm gonna love it, I do love it, but it's gonna be rough and it's gonna be slow. And the lit RPG, yeah, I wrote the first 2 chapters like that. It was easy. I hope it stays easy. There are 4 novellas left in Dying Starlight, and I know what the ending is gonna be, but if I'm gonna decide to change anything or try to do something more clever with the ending, I'm gonna have to figure that out now, relatively soon. And I usually figure stuff out like that as I write, so what I really should do is write the last 4 novellas in a row, not just, write it and edit it and then wait a couple of weeks as I've been doing, because I want to stretch this series out and not finish it because I really love it. But on the other hand, I could get away with doing the next 2 at once and then maybe doing the final 2 at once and not having to do all 4 back to back. But I have to figure out where I am, and that will take drafting it. I don't want to draft it. I don't want to draft it. No, I do want to draft it because I love it, but I don't want to finish it. These next 4 novellas are going to be great, and they're going to be a lot of fun, and they're going to be some of my favorites. But I don't want to finish it. What am I going to do? But whether or not I decide to draft them all in a row, I have to start number 11 sometime this week, because I've only got like 3 more weeks of backlog left to go. This has been my ramble for the day. Thank you. See you in the next clip. It is Wednesday, January 25th. I did not draft on Monday or Tuesday. I was doing other non-writing related things, or non-drafting related things. I still have not decided how I shall handle In Dying Starlight, but that's not particularly surprising. All I know is that today I'm gonna start on the draft of number 11. I did write a little bit of Project Frost yesterday, and I do mean a little bit, like 100 words. 300 whole words into this new book. 317 whole new words into this book, but hey, I'm starting it, and the first chapter is going to be the hardest part. Yesterday, I took a little break. I've been wanting to read more. Just read more in general, try to read 1 book a month, read in some different genres, try to find some stuff that I would enjoy, and I do, on the surface, really like romantic fantasy books. So I picked one up that I have been seeing on TikTok a lot, and I got reminded of it yesterday, and so I went, oh, I'll give that a try. It's on Kindle Unlimited, no problem. Give it a try. It wasn't great. I did read the whole thing, kind of skimmed it. It was not great. I kind of regret that decision to pick that book up. In good news though, when you read books, it kind of inspires you to write your own stuff, because you're just like, this is so not good. I could do so much better. Let me go write some stuff. So that was a little bit of a dud. If you guys want a really good book that you can read for free on Royal Road, the other book I was reading earlier this month, Song of Ember. If you enjoyed Under the Earth, Over the Sky, you will probably like this book. It's very similar in tone and pacing, although it's not similar in storyline. But it is about a siren named Kai and a human named Ember who does not know what he is getting into when he meets this siren, and they go on an adventure, and it's beautifully written. Would recommend. It's lovely, and it does not have enough views on Royal Road. It is not yet finished, but it is fairly long, so I'm counting it as I read a book in January. I gotta work on the cover for the See at the End of Everything this week. I was supposed to do that last week, and I got derailed with a freelance project that I'm still working on. I gotta start Dying Starlight 11. I'm now dragging my feet on it and like putting it off because I don't know what I'm gonna do, and I don't want to finish the series. But at the same time, I really want to write it, so let me eat my rice cake and figure out what I'm going to do with my life. No, it's fine. It is Monday, January 30th. It's almost the end of the month. I don't think I updated you since last Wednesday. I have things to mention. I don't know what they are, but they're definitely things to mention. Oh yeah, I started last Thursday. I wrote a considerable amount of Project Frost, and by considerable amount, I mean not the first 1,000 words. 1,000 words in the first chapter, which for that story is really good because it's a slow-moving story. Or not slow-moving. I really can't talk today. This is gonna be a heck of a vlog clip. It seems like it will be a slow story to write. On Saturday, I wrote 2,200 words on In Dying Starlight 11. I finally started that. I have to finish that. I just started it. I need to do it this week. I really do. I did write another 500 words on the Lit RPG, which means I had about the first 3,500 words written. Decided I was going to change almost the entire setting. and add in a new character. So those first 3,000 words are kind of irrelevant now. I will just copy paste them into an extra folder and keep them in case I had anything good in them. I need to remember the improvements I am making are, I think, going to make the story considerably better. I was having a bit of a difficult time connecting with the story and the characters, even though I was excited to write it. These are good changes, and I'm glad I didn't realize these things any more into the story. I don't really think any more outlining would have helped me with this, because this was like a concept change. It was actually something on YouTube I was watching that just sort of sparked an idea that sort of snowballed into what I have changed. I don't know when I'm gonna restart on that story though, because this week I gotta do Undying Starlight. This novella is the emotional punch in the face. This is the twist. It's gonna be this novella. The other thing I have to do this week is proofread Undying Starlight 5. I love this cover, you guys. I love this cover so much. I also got the proof copy in for this. This is the reading journal for the Kickstarter. I did a linen cover this time, which lets you do a more kind of authentic foil stamping on it than the fake leather does. That's kind of like a digital ink foil stamping. The cover looks great. I love it. It looks so cool. The inside looks pretty good. It did turn out fairly good, except some of the parts where I wanted to do slightly more faded designs, like where you're going to write on so that the lines don't look too bold and take over the design. Some of it printed kinda iffy, so I think I'll probably end up getting a second proof. Okay though, I gotta stop rambling because I gotta do social media. I have posted all of my drafts and I need to do new stuff. See you in the next clip. It is Tuesday, January 31st, last day of the month. The power decided it was going to go out because apparently a power line fell across the street. So I was proofreading my paperback early this morning. I decided I'll just pick that back up because my computer does not hold its charge for very long. But I wrote 2,000 words of Undying Starlight yesterday. It is so funny to me. Writing Undying Starlight 11 versus going back and proofreading number 5, because Aaron, the main character, if you are reading along in the web novel, you'll know what I'm talking about. This is not really spoilers if you're reading on Amazon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. Aaron is a cyborg, doesn't really like humans, does not have a great relationship with humanity. He gets stuck with a little group of humans, as is the fun trope to do. And by book 11, he's just kind of like, yes, these are my humans, and I kind of like them, and I prefer them to other humans. I'm never going to tell them, but I kind of like them. They're my humans. In this book, he's still just at the phase where he's like, I hate everything. I hate these people. Why are they invading my space? It is so fun. It's so weird trying to write book 11 and then proofread book 5 at the same time. This completely opposite headspace for the character, which is very fun because you can also see like the growth. You know, you kind of lose track of it over a 300,000 plus word series. It will probably be 400,000 words by the time I'm done. You know what the growth is, and you know it's there, and you know it's happening, but just seeing such vastly different I hate everyone to book 11, where it's like, I hate everyone except these people. They're mine. If you guys want to laugh at me and my obsession with new book ideas and my inability to just pick one, I messaged my friend this morning and I told her, you know what I should do? I should write a fae romance book. I'm not going to now. You know, I'm just gonna write down the scene ideas I had and like put it away for a couple years later whenever I'm not working on Undying Starlight, the Lit RPG, and Project Frost all at the same time, and like editing this a million times. It would just be fun though. I love fae books, evidently, obviously, and I love writing romance, and I love writing high fantasy, and I just did, you know, Project Frost started because I have a really difficult time finding good fantasy romance, so I should definitely write more than one fantasy romance, and fae are really popular to do, you know? Just not, like, creepy and abusive romance. That happens a lot in that genre. Well, my battery's at 5%, and obviously I can't charge it because the electricity's out, so we're going back to doing this. It is Friday, February 3rd. I did 1.5 million things yesterday, approximately. Also wrote 3,000 words of In Dying Starlight, number 11. The Kickstarter wrapped up yesterday. We ended up with 215 backers. Today I have errands to run, but I was doing the cover for In Dying Starlight 6 and the blurb for it so that I can put the cover for book 6 at the end of the ebook of book 5. I have to upload that today. Gotta tweak backer kit a little bit more, and I gotta write some In Dying Starlight today. We're gonna see how I manage the rest of that around running errands. Really, something else I should do this week is the start on the cover design for the See at the End of Everything, but I still have a million other things to do, so we'll see. We'll see. Hello, it's Wednesday, February 8th. I don't remember when the last time I updated you guys was. I have been trying to do a slightly different than normal writing schedule. I had a mild existential crisis over the weekend. Just mild, really mild. And was like, I don't know how I'm going to fit in everything I want to fit in. And you might be tempted to just say, well, Emily, why don't you pick 2 projects or 1 project to work on instead of trying to do 4 different things at once? And I would say, first of all, you must be new to this channel. And second of all, it's not like I have 4 things I want to do, so I have to do them all at once. It's like I have 82 things I want to do, so I just need to pick 3 or 4. The point of the existential crisis was that I'm gonna try to do a little bit of almost every project every day. I usually don't work like that. I usually, I try to draft an In Dying Starlight novella and then go and edit what I need to edit and then work on something else and then go back to drafting a section of something. I work through them in little chunks, which is how my brain usually likes doing things. But I thought, well, I'll break it down into smaller pieces and try to do a little bit of it each day so that I don't get overwhelmed with going, oh, in the future I have to do this. In the spirit of that, I've been editing a half a chapter of the See at the End of Everything every day. I've actually been doing 1 chapter a day just because the first couple of chapters were basically, they're good. They don't need very much work. I'm editing 3 chapters of In Dying Starlight 7 a day until I finish that, and I'm trying to write 2,000 words of In Dying Starlight 11 until I finish that. And once I finish those In Dying Starlight things that are upcoming, I need to do those quickly. I will reevaluate where I'm putting everything. I don't know if any of this makes sense. Point is, I'm trying to do a little bit of everything every day. I did this for 2 days. It's not like I'm discovering something brilliant here. But on Monday, I did edit a chapter of the See at the End of Everything, edited 3 chapters of In Dying Starlight, and then wrote 2,000 words on In Dying Starlight 11. Yesterday I wrote 3,000 words on In Dying Starlight 11, edited 3 chapters from number 7, and edited a chapter of the See at the End of Everything. And once I'm done really needing to finish drafting In Dying Starlight 11, I'm gonna work in some of the lit RPG in there a little bit. I'm just changing stuff with that story all the time. I'm like, I don't really know what vibe I want yet because it's such a new story that at this point I can change anything. And I'm like, well, what do I want? I don't know what else I'm saying. I probably had things that I was gonna mention, and I don't know what they are anymore. By the way, I finally reached 800 subscribers on this channel. 200 more, and we get the milestone that is a big deal.
Rosie girl. Really? Oh, you're very cute. I want to get you. I'm gonna get your footsies. I get you. Hi, Alice. I'm gonna get you. Are you eating grass? Huh? Are you eating grass? Alice. Alice. I get you. Ha ha ha. What are you doing? Hi. Oh, excuse me.
Alright, Alright, it's Friday, February 10th. I have not drafted anything the last 2 days. I have, however, kept up on my editing for the Sea at the End of Everything, and I finished editing in Dying Starlight 7. And I went through and looked for filler words. Done my editing for this morning, so I'm going to try to get a good drafting day in for In Dying Starlight 11, because I kind of wanted to have that novella finished this week. We'll see how that goes. Alright, today is Wednesday, February 15th. This morning, I finished editing chapters 9 and 10 at the Sea at the End of Everything, which means I am done with that editing pass of that novella. And as I was finishing editing the last chapter, I took a look at it and realized something I could add in to make the story overall much more poignant. So I'm not done editing it. I'm done with this pass, which, you know, good. I fixed a lot of stuff, but now I have more stuff. I also finished up editing in Dying Starlight, what was I on? 7, I think? I did that a couple days ago. I'm not done with number 11 yet. I may have started writing something else. I wrote 1,500 words of a story that I do not have a plan for. I came up with it a couple days ago, and I'm just pantsing it. This will either be a bad idea or just easy and fun. It's also a lit RPG. Look, the only story I'm working on with consistency and knowing what I'm doing is in Dying Starlight. Let's just assume that everything else, I don't know what I'm doing. So I wrote 1,500 words on something else that I'm probably going to continue writing, but also I'm on chapter 8 of In Dying Starlight 11. I am 15,000 words into it. I did write some of it yesterday. I gotta finish this. I've been looking forward to this one for a while, but at the same time, trying to write it is very difficult because it is evidently an emotionally heavy novella. The next one's gonna be rougher, I think.
I know. You're just a loudmouth, aren't you? Yes, you are. Oh. I know. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. I know. You're very cute, Rosie. Rosie. I know.
Okay, short and quick update. It's Friday, February 17th. I don't remember what I told you about the Sea at the End of Everything, but I'm doing another editing pass on it because I thought of something that's going to make the whole thing much more poignant. That's a lot easier of an editing pass. I did 3 chapters yesterday in about an hour. I'm gonna do a couple more today. On Wednesday I did 2,500 words on In Dying Starlight, and yesterday I did 2,000 words on In Dying Starlight. I also wrote a little bit of the new lit RPG idea. Hello, it is Sunday, February 19th. I finished editing the Sea at the End of Everything. I think I'm done. I think it's good. I'm going to print it and let my mom read it. I'm also going to harass my poor beta readers and say, you want to read this weird novella? That is all. That's the update. I'm going to get off the camera and try to write an obnoxious amount of words for In Dying Starlight, because I think I'm a couple hundred words away from finishing number 11, but I figured I might as well start number 12 since I am behind schedule. Kinda woke up thinking 10k day. I'm not sure because it's 11 o'clock. 5k day? I don't know. A good writing day. Let's go for that. Alright, it's Thursday, March 2nd. Time just went and zipped away entirely. I don't remember where I left you at all, but this vlog is a million years long, so we're gonna wrap it up. My most notable day in February was the 19th, where I wrote 5,000 words. I wrote 28,600 words worth of In Dying Starlight last month, 2,900 or 3,000 words worth of the new lit RPG idea. Not the old one I've been talking about, a new one. And I finished editing the Sea at the End of Everything, sent it off to beta readers. I will have rounds of editing after that, but they're at beta readers right now. I truly have absolutely no memory of what I was talking about in the last couple of clips. Other than it rained, we have snow on the far mountains that I can see from my driveway. This never happens. Lots of snow. Never happens. It's very interesting. It's very cool. It's beautiful. The only thing of note I will say about In Dying Starlight is I have mentioned I think these are going to be 14 novellas It was originally going to be 12. I had stuff I wanted to add it in. Figured it would be 14. It might end up being 12, but all that extra stuff will go into numbers 11 and 12, so it might be the last 2 books are just a little bit longer than average. I don't know. I'm just going to write the end and see how it works. But that's all I've got. We're going to start a new vlog because it's a brand new month and I'm doing things. You'll see in the next vlog. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, giving it a thumbs up and a subscribe really helps out my channel. You can read Under the Earth, Over the Sky in all formats, audiobook, hardcover, paperback, and ebook, as well as all my other books. Links are in the description. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!